Since he's the
100%.
victim of the crime, it doesn't matter. So the next clip that we have is my absolute favorite. It's
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham's Bad Day.
This is really this I gotta tell you, like I cringe at this, even though I'm like I advocate for it, but at the same time I get so uncomfortable with this kind of stuff, but this is actually kind of great. So
Oh, the snake. Did anyone ever hear the snake? Did you ever hear that, Lindsay? The snake.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome United States Senator Lindsey Graham.
Thank y'all. Welcome to Pickens. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you all for coming. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a bunch. Well, you want to find something in common? All right. Thank y'all. Thank you all very much. Welcome to Pickens County. A little bit about this county. Just calm down for a second. I think you'll like this.
And again, Senator Lindsey Graham, who is really got. I'm going to have to work. I'm going to have to work on these people. I'm going to have to. All right.
I love it so much.
it's so brutal. When Trump laughs, I love it when you get like a real, genuine chuckle out of Trump. It just does something for me. He was he was tickled by that response. You could tell.
Well, yeah, and the booze didn't stop the entire way through. So so his speech didn't stop the entire way through, the booze. Anytime Trump mentioned him like 2 or 3 times during his speech, and every single time they mentioned his name, the entire crowd booed. It was glorious.
It's so crazy. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I mean, he handled it. He handled it as best he could. Do you want to find something in common? And
No.
no,
Not with neocons, I don't.
no, and it's good. We're taught that it's very rude. But we're beyond the point of decorum in so many ways. And that is just one way that everyone is showing. I mean, they boo Trump too when he talks about the vaccine sometimes, and I think that's great as well. I think it's good for people to not just sit there and clap their hands together like a bunch of trained seals and just be like, this is my person, or this person calls themselves a Republican, so I'm going to be for him.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that. We get called a cult a lot of times, those of us who still support President Trump. You're just cult members. Well, no, actually, most of us are unvaccinated, and if we were cult members, we'd probably have our veins clogged with fibrous clots.
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest proof that no, it's funny. We lean into it because it tickles us that people think that, that we're so beyond the point of caring what people
Right.
call us, because they have worn out words that have very specific, very pungent meanings. Words like racist, bigot, cult member, all of these things, they've completely taken those words and made them meaningless. And now we just have to be like, okay, nothing you say matters. And we lean into it. And, I've got so many obnoxious Trump memes. And every time somebody accuses me, like on a Trump, I'm like, yes, I love him. I'll post the Geodis memes of him like in the, with the crown. And I'm like, yes, we'll take Trump.
Yeah, agreed. 100% agreed. I don't care what anybody, because when the Macedonia thing happened, right? Like people were out there going, "Oh my God, you guys are such a cult member." Everybody leaned into it because it was hilarious, right? And that's the thing is 2016, I held my nose and voted for Trump. I thought he was a Democrat. I couldn't vote for Hillary, and I'm not going to not vote, right? And so I voted for Trump in 2016. I was overwhelmingly surprised with how he stood by the people, and his inaugural is still my favorite Trump speech to this day. That we're giving power back to the people. He did that. His results speak for himself, which is why I was waving flags and going in MAGA drags and marching on DC for 2020, because there was no he had proved himself, right? He had proved that he was going to do, first president in my lifetime to actually do the things that they campaigned on.
Yes. Yeah, I remember. I mean, same thing with me. I voted for him like reluctantly and just thought of him as like a reality star. And I remember my mom starting to talk about him really positively. And, he's not the kind of personality that my mom would typically gravitate towards. She likes decorum. She likes people who with a lot of manners and reserved and measured and all of these things that, we've seen that is him at his core in the past, but then he kind of became this caricature of himself. And I think that really served a purpose for them to underestimate him. And that's what I had in mind when I voted for him. And just like